Our fifth contestant, fifth and final, is Michele Sapper. Michele Sapper. Setting goals. Setting goals, Michele Sapper.
You know, we all have goals in life, where we're going to go to school, what our jobs will be, what we're going to do, who we're going to marry, where we'll live. I also had a different goal. On May 1st, 1984, I was killed by a drunk driver. That's for those of you who don't know why I talk how I talk. I was killed by a drunk driver. I was in coma for 2 months, and then my whole life was different. And my neurologist was a real charmer. He gave me this list of all these things I'd never be able to do again. So I had choice. I can either go for it and live in a board and care for life, or stubborn old me, I can set goals and blow him away. Well, I'm just a little bit stubborn, just a little bit. And I decided setting goals was going to be my path. So I started small. He told me that I would never leave the hospital without a walker or a wheelchair. I have to tell you, I bumped into everything standing, was bruised from head to foot, but you know, within a year, I was walking 5 miles a day. I would go 2.5 miles to a workout club, work out for an hour rebuilding my muscles, and then walk 2.5 miles home. Check. Number 1. So my next goal came about a year later. He had told me that I would never be able to finish college. I was a junior when the crash occurred at Cal State Northridge. Well, I was determined. So I started small. I went to a junior college. I took 1 class. And for that class, I had a note taker, I had a tutor, I worked with the teacher's assistant. Because of my short-term memory, I would say I'd do the same homework over and over and over, committing it to memory through repetition. Well, I have to tell you, I was at Santa Monica College for a year. I went back to Cal State Northridge for a year and a half and got bored. I was taking 1 class a term, and being on the semester system, that term was long, and it was boring, and my roommate, my brother, he and I were not getting along. So, being the impulsive, quick decision type, I decided, okay, that's it, I'm out of here. I moved back to my parents' house and said, I'm gonna go to UCLA. Well, I have to tell you, before I was hit, I couldn't have done UCLA. I couldn't have gotten into UCLA. I couldn't have passed a class at UCLA. And I definitely could not have graduated UCLA. But I'm stubborn, and I worked my tail off. And I was at UCLA for 3 years, and in the new major, and I ended up graduating UCLA in 1992 with a higher GPA than I had at CSUN before I was hit. Check number 2. All right, what's the next one? Let's see. What do we want to do? Well, all this time, I was still at my parents' house where I had moved back to after I was hit. So I thought, okay, that's it, I'm out of here. I'm going to move out and get my own place. Well, my dad was so sure that I'd be back in like 10 minutes or maybe a week or 2. So he said, all right, rent for a year and then you can buy yourself your condo. And I said, okay, Dad, okay. Well, I did it. I moved out, I bought my own condo, and I've been there 17 years. Check. Number 3. All right, so number 4. This was a biggie. I'm thinking, every couple of years about achieving a new goal. And I'm thinking, what have I not done? Well, I don't drive a car, I'm still taking cabs. So I figured, all right, I'm gonna drive. Well, when you've been in coma, you have to do a program at the hospital where they hook you up to a machine and check your reaction time. So I did that, I passed, got 40 hours in the car driver training, and I've driven now for 11 years. Check. Number 4. So, you might ask, what are your goals now? Well, I have to tell you, it's really hard to come up with a new set of goals. But I think I'm going to try really hard to stop trying to find that 10 pounds I lost. And I'm a Toastmaster.